Hey, hello everybody, this is Purge, bringing you guys a first-person replay commentary. Today, I'm playing Earth Spirit, or not Earth Spirit, Ember Spirit, so I get your hopes up. Still haven't practiced Earth Spirit enough to play him. We're going to do Ember Spirit. This is a game I played last night. I did ranked matchmaking with a bunch of my real-life friends, Wolfman, Blanket, Chachi, and my friend Uranic, who I haven't played with in forever. But first things first, I thought I'd start integrating this for... there we go. First of all, a couple things. I thought I'd look at like win ratios of me playing the hero and win ratios of the hero overall, because I don't really do that enough, to be honest. First things first, this is my Dota buff page. You can get to it very easily. You can find me in the players section if you're, or you can just do this URL that you can see here. If we go to the heroes, Ember Spirit is actually my least played hero. If we go all the way to the bottom there, he has 6. I've never played a hero as little as I have played Ember Spirit. My win ratio is pretty good, but it's only 50%. It should be a bit higher. I think the hero is better than that. If you look at Ember Spirit as a whole, we can go over here and then click on Ember Spirit, and we can see his win ratio is actually quite low, 40%. That's for pubs though, so at very high matchmaking ratings, I think it's a little bit higher than that. But the hero's pretty phased out. He was popular a couple months ago, but people don't really play him that much anymore. These are pretty popular items to get. Mainly Battlefury is really popular. Phase Boots is built most games. A lot of people have boost travel by the end of the game when they're winning, obviously, but the main items come in with like Battlefury and Deadalus and stuff like that are pretty good. So yeah, pretty low popularity, fairly low win rate, but I can tell you he's a really strong hero. So let's hop into the game here, and we can boost forward a little bit so we don't have to look at all the picking and stuff like that. But I was sitting there thinking, like, yo, I have now played Ember Spirit in actually so long. It has been forever since I've done that. Oops, sorry, I need to close this. Does this help? All right, and then I just need to go in game. Sorry about that. My frames go low if my screen capture stays up. I'm gonna go player perspective and on Ember Spirit. So I did not random. I swapped for somebody. I think I swapped for Chris or something. Oh, no, I actually did pick this game, now that I think about it. This game I started off with 3 ironwood branches and 2 tangos. I almost never do this personally because I don't know, I like to just get the full set of tangos, just to guarantee that I have a whole lot of regen. And this game, it actually kind of hurt me that I didn't go that old build that I usually do. And in fact, when you're playing Ember mid, if you're against a range hero and you're taking a lot of harass, you're going to usually have a lot of trouble as well, because Necrolight's just going to right-click me constantly. Like, I'm going to get right-clicked a lot by Necrolight, and if I don't have a Stout Shield, I have low armor, and it becomes very easy to get outlaned. So I'm not really sure what top tier Ember Spirits are doing, but I was sitting there picking my items. I was like, I think they go 3 Ironwood Branch for a fast bottle, but I'm not entirely sure. But based on the way that the early lane went, I really felt like I needed to get... I should have gone like Stout Shield into bottle. Stout Shield with a lot of regen into a bottle. And the reason that would have been better is because what I found happening, and you'll see this later, what I found happening to myself was I need a lot of HP regen, but I didn't need any mana regen. And that's because when I come up to do... Basically, like, Last City on Ember Spirit is mostly with your right click, but occasionally you will activate Flame Guard. And this absorbs magic damage, but also does an AoE immolation, so it allows you to push waves and last it and all that good stuff. So it can be good for that, but when you're against somebody that has a magic nuke, they can break your shield, and if they do that, this is a mistake to grab this skill. There's no point to grab it this early. What a huge waste of a skill point. Grabbing immolation early basically just lets you nuke the wave and push and maybe harass your opponent, but Necrolight's kind of scary because he has a way to regen his life, so he can kind of just stand there and tank the damage and reflect some to me and heal himself, so it kind of becomes like very detrimental to my survivability. I was obviously able to get my bottle still pretty quick. It only takes 3 CS to grab it, but I didn't spend my mana very well. My skill build is completely wrong here. I grabbed Sleight of Fist level 1 because I thought I would be able to get the creep kill, but it does 50% damage to creeps that it would normally do. So that means it has to be very, very low for you to get the last hit, like far below what a normal last hit is, so it has to be like, I don't know, probably less than 20 HP or something like that for the Sleight of Fist to work. So that was completely wrong for me to grab this skill point. And it really hurts you because Flame Guard and Searing Chains are very, very good abilities in the early game. The way that Ember Spirit ends up being useful in the early game is by use of these 2 abilities, because they do such damage. They do really good damage. Like, my nose is all stuffed up, sorry guys. So the reason they do such good damage, Flame Guard does a lot at one skill point. The duration doubles at level 2. That part's pretty cool. See, like I did decent damage there, got 2 CS, but I have to be pretty worried about dying. I shouldn't have ran that way. I should have. I was really greedy. I had to bottle up between those hits, otherwise I would have died. But I was pretty greedy about going for last hits and things like that. And that didn't even stop here. I wanted to make sure, as soon as I saw this as a regen, it was pretty obvious that I needed to grab that. Luckily for me, he's not very high level, so him getting a kill on me isn't really possible, and I'm able to snake the regen out of his nose. And that was a huge rune for me. Not only did it fill my bottle, but it also gave me entirely full HP, which is pretty cool. So that's how Searing Chains works. It releases 2 immobilizing bolas in an AoE around you. It always shoots out 2. But at level 1, it only lasts for 1 second, and it does 120 magic damage. At level 2, it lasts for 2 seconds, and it does 120. And level 3, it lasts for 2 seconds, and it does 240 damage. So it like doubles in damage between level 2 and level 3. But once you get to level 4, it increases your damage again. But the important part is that it lasts for 3 seconds instead of just 2. So maxing that skill pretty early is good. Maxing Flame Guard out early is really good as well. I know when we were in Korea, Bambo started playing mid for us towards the end, and he advocated maxing Sleight of Fist first against some matchups, because you can dodge spells with it. That's really good. It's a 6-second cooldown, and while you're, if you see how it works, it basically like makes you invulnerable, and then you take a little bit. You take 0.2 seconds to slash every target in the area. So if you have 5 targets in the area and you get them under your Sleight of Fist, that means you're invulnerable for 1 second while you use it. So you can use it to dodge spells, and that was one of the other reasons why I felt it was valuable to grab it in the early level. But that ended up not being true. You can dodge death pulses with it because it's such a low projectile speed that if you time it right, by the time it's about to hit you, you should be flying through the air invulnerable. And if that hits you, or at least where you used to be standing, then it will stop doing damage, and that's pretty good. Alright, sorry, I have to blow my nose in a sec. Sorry, oh my god. There's some allergies going on right now, so. Anyways, so Sleight of Fist can be used to dodge spells. It's also used to harass in team fights in the late game, because it's like a free. I could have Sleight of Fist there, I should have. And the best way to use Sleight of Fist usually is to do a ranged bola, because while you're slashing through people, you have a bit of time to be able to do the bola cast. So the bolas are really good, good for chasing. It's a nuke and a disable. The important part to remember is that it is not like Crystal Maiden's ability. It doesn't prevent you from attacking, it only prevents you from moving. So using it against a hard carry doesn't really work unless you're also running away from them. So you have to be pretty careful with that ability. Again, I'm just going to use Flame Guard here to guarantee last hit. I could have turned a little faster there, I think. If I would have gotten a bit more burn damage, but basically it's just good to use your mana pool before you bottle up, so that's why I'm sometimes using Flame Guard. I don't think I did it very well here. The guys that I soloed mid against here was significantly below me in MMR, so this shouldn't be indicative of what the real matchup is like if you're having 2 equal skill players, Ember versus an Invoker, so keep that in mind, guys. We had like a lot of disconnects. I'll speed up through the next pause, no problem. But the skill that you should have at this point is 202. Getting 2 levels of Searing Chains and 2 levels of Flame Guard is the way to go. Again, you can dodge spells with Sleight of Fist, but it's very, very low chance against one hero because the timer is so low, 0.2 seconds. You have to time it perfectly. And if I had 2 levels in Chains, who knows, maybe I would have killed the Necrolite there. If I would have went aggressive a little faster, I definitely could have, because then I would have had extra Flame Guard. But the other thing is that I can kind of be a little greedy about my Flame Guard levels because I don't have to. The way the Flame Guard works, basically, I'll just click on my hero so we can look at the tooltip while we're doing it. The way that the numbers work is that the Magic Absorb goes up pretty significantly per level, the duration goes up significantly, and the damage per second doesn't go up very high. And the reason that you do want to level this up, because you want the Magic Absorb to absorb the amount of magic damage that they do, but you don't necessarily want more skill points in that in most cases, because the Magic Absorb levels, you want it to block, but if it blocks too much, then the Flame Guard goes away and you stop doing damage. So you just want more Flame Guard than they have damage output. So against a hero like Necrolite, who has up to 200 magic damage, He can't even break the shield here at level 2 just yet, because it'll be reduced, so with natural magic resistance. So him getting... I just want to keep the Flame Guard slightly high enough, so that means I'll usually level up the Searing Chains first, which is what I did this game at least. In most games, you'll be slowly mid against somebody that actually does have really good magic damage, and then you have to be pretty careful. I really wish that I had a Stout Shield this game. I lost so much HP to creeps and stuff like that, that I even felt so low on HP that I felt like I had to go to the bot room and grab another one. If I had a Stout Shield, if I went like the Stout Shield Self Tango build instead of this fast bottle build, I would have done so much better in this matchup. Just the matchup with a ranged hero versus my melee hero, I needed a Stout Shield because my armor is so low, and it forced me to use way more bottle charges than I wanted to. I could use those bottle charges for bolas, for example, to harass my opponents or something like that, but instead I ended up using tons of bottle charges to try to keep my hero up, and that was quite frustrating. So in the future I would do it differently. I was hoping that he would death pulse this, but he didn't end up falling for it, I guess. Maybe they had a rune bot, not sure. I decided to turn my Flame Guard on here and use my last bottle charge because I thought this would be a good way to burn some of my mana, and then he came forward a little bit. I think I maybe could have chased him down there. Would have been close. But since both runes just came through, I decided to do a Bottle Crow here. I just honestly needed a lot of regen to deal with the Heartstopper aura and the constant right clicks from here. I did bring myself a Stout Shield here though. So, but you know, if I would have gotten a Stout Shield a lot earlier, it would have helped me. I wasn't completely thinking when I started that like pull the illusion creep wave pass thing, but it was kind of useful because what it does is it pulls my creeps under the tower and they die faster, which means that's, if Necrolight's gone, then that's the experience that he's losing. It looks like he kept checking the runes or something like that, which is not recommended at all. I just did a Sleight of Fist there because I wanted to break his Clarity Potion, which I did. And I've grabbed my ultimate. And the way your ultimate works is you cast like a remnant of your body, and it flies out based on your movement speed. It'll be really fast if you haven't been slowed, but if you've been slowed, it's really slow. And then you can basically jump to where the remnant is moving to, and once you arrive there, you can do damage in AoE. And the damage is based on the level. There's 100, 150, or 200 per level. You get 3 charges, you can cast up to 3, you can put them all over the battlefield, you can put them all in one place. So basically look at it as a 150 magic nuke that does 300 damage. So I used all 3 of my remnants here. That was a great feature that really helped. So that was great. I got a double kill out of it. Used the triple remnant to get 300 damage to 2 heroes, which is only 1 skill point. That's pretty worth it. I mean, it's not amazing damage, but if you're trying to burst somebody down, it's worth it to use all 3 remnants. And I even got a regen out of it, so that was pretty nice. My skill build, I got 3 Flame Guards, and I got 2 in Searing Chains. I think that's okay. I feel like I should have... I mean, if I didn't have Sleight of Fist, I would have been 3-0-3 with an ultimate. But that's the frustrating part. Like, the bolas get so seriously better with just a couple more points that it becomes a little hard not to go for it. I feel like I could have maybe tried pressuring him there. I think what I tried to do just there was try to dodge the Death Pulse, but I missed. So it didn't work. Like I said, I've like almost never played Ember Spirit, so I'm pretty rusty here. But opted for a Phase Boots at this point. Phase Boots is usually the boots that you want to pick up on the hero because the hero's spirit is based on your movement speed, so you can... I suppose you could... I don't know if you can do this or not. You might be able to phase and then send out your spirit to make it run extra fast. I'm not entirely sure how that works. But considering that it goes slow, if you're slow, I'm wondering if it does scale based on your hero's movement speed. Anyways, Phase Boots is also good because with Sleight of Fist, you're already getting free hits on everybody, so really you just want to increase your damage a lot. By doing that, you're increasing the amount that you hit per hero. You almost never get treads on this hero, basically. Almost everybody goes phase, and eventually picks up a Boots of Travel in a lot of cases. So I love getting in Miz runes as mid hero because there's a lot of cool things you can do with it. I also bought a wand here. I think this is a complete mistake because I ran out of item slots almost immediately. Wand, boots, bottle, and a stout shield. That's 4 items, or a permanent shield really. That's 4 items and I'm already out of space. I have enough for a TP scroll and then I've got 1 item left. It's like I'm out of items, you know. I think some Ember Spirits have been going maybe Aquila recently, and I think that's a good idea now that I think about it, because Ember Spirit's armor is pretty low, so I think this is one hero, especially one agility hero, that actually does have a lacking of armor, and I feel like Aquila would be a really good pickup to get. Obviously, the poor man's shield does a really good job of also reducing the physical damage you take, but I think if I did this game again, I did end up later going for a drum, but I feel like what I should have done was gone poor man's Aquila instead of getting the drum. I think that would have been better. I actually do a lot of damage to that guy. I think I might have been able to kill him there if I turned Flame Guard on. But I had my eyes on ganking the top lane, since I was a little bit worried about this PA doing good things. So this is why I love Invis. If you have any hero that does AoE damage, you activate the AoE, and then you go invisible, and then you're doing invisible damage. Chachi didn't bring his illusion with, unfortunately, but... But the gank went really well. Felt good. That's Oracle coming top, actually. Yeah, but I think an Aquila would have been really good. Increases your damage by 15. What else does it do? Gives you like 4 armor. That's pretty good. One of my armor's only 4, and Aquila would increase it by a huge amount. And Aquila's not that expensive either. It's only about 1,000 gold, so selling it later is not that bad of an investment. Although the drum increase is really nice because it does give you a lot more int to work with and a lot more all-around stats to work with. I think the Aquila is a little bit cheaper. If you're having a good game, I don't think it's bad to go Aquila, basically. If you're behind, maybe it's better to still stay with the drum. I'm not sure. I don't play Ember that much. But most Ember players I do see just play drum into Battle Fury. So, but I've got all my bolas maxed now, so they do max damage and they last for 3 seconds, which is really good. There's not that much the Necrolite can do to stop me at this point because most of his magic damage is based on. Oh, he stays around. Oh, I should have bullied him there. I keep seeing like kill opportunities, and then I'm always like doing it like a second too late. Huh. I feel like I could have, if I would have chased him, I think I would have gotten that. I did that really bad. That should have been a kill, honestly. The first time that there was like 3 creeps here, I could have chased after him and chased him down very easily. Definitely not abusing this here on the laning stage as well as you can. And that's where the hero is really good. His ability to kill somebody is very high. Because Bola does so much damage. You basically have 2 strong nukes. You've got Flame Guard, which does a lot over time while you right-click people. And then with the Ebola, I keep saying Ebolas. With the Bolas and the Phase Boots, your right-click is very heavy. So you can chase people down pretty well with him, and anybody that doesn't have a stun just kind of gets wrecked, and that's the problem with Necrolite here. He was able to harass me a lot in the early game because I didn't have a stout shield, but now he can't even stand next to me. He actually ran the opposite way of where I was running. That was a little weird. I was thinking about doing my ulti again, but I mean, look how much damage he takes. Like, the bolas just do so much. They're like a regular nuke. 300 magic damage, plus my flame guard and right clicks, and he can't move for 3 seconds. It feels so abusive. Against heroes that don't have stuns. If he has a stun, all he has to do is stun me, and then I'm stunned, and I'm like, okay, I can't chase you as well, and then it forces me to use extra fire remnants to get close, or I have to use Sleight of Fist to get close, things like that. If he had a stun, this would be a lot harder of a matchup, but, and again, I didn't play it that well. I played it okay. Watching it now, it's very obvious to see how many inefficiencies I had. I had a lot more opportunities to kill him than I used, basically. But now that my drum's done, I can move around the map a little bit faster. That's pretty nice. I have more mana to do stuff, as you saw there. Against the Necro, I did run out of mana completely. That was a bit frustrating. He also ran away from where my Fire Spirit went. I should actually be more defensive with Fire Spirits. One thing I'm not doing this game. I mean, I can get away with it this game because the players are lower skill level, but I essentially don't have... I haven't been putting a safety remnant behind me, and that's what you should do as well. You can set the remnants. They stay for a long time. I keep jumping to ones that I instantly cast. But they stay on the ground for like, what, 30 seconds, 45 seconds? So you can throw a Fire Remnant, for example. I can put a Fire Remnant right under my tower right now, and if I get ganked, all I have to do is press R once on the ground, and I will teleport back to my tower instantly and evade like spells and stuff like that. The physical attacks go through it, but the, like a flying projectile, but the other stuff will not. Like magic spells and stuff, you can dodge it very easily. So Ember Spirit's kind of like a really high skill cap hero. Maybe not like super high skill cap, but he's a high skill cap hero. He has a lot of potential. He has a lot of outplay potential. Things like that. There's a lot of really good things about him. I'm not playing him very well at all, but I am getting kills, which is cool. It's always fun to get kills, right guys? See, like this is what I should have been doing this whole time. I did it here because I was like, I feel like I'm getting ganked. And then all of a sudden they did end up being there. There's not really any reason to do that. God, I look like such a terrible player. Like, watching myself play Ember, I'm like, God, I'm a bad Ember. Apparently I was not just harassed. God, he just actually died. Chachi was upset about that one. He's like, I did all the work for that, and you just take the kill. So I used quite a few spirits in that fight. I used 2, plus the 1 to escape when I didn't need to escape at the start. But we can push the tower now. Another cool thing about the Aquila, obviously you can push buildings a little easier. Sleight of Fist does absolutely crap damage if you have no damage. It is so bad. It used to be a lot higher, but it was way too strong, so it got nerfed. You might be a little curious about my skill build, why I don't have 2 points in my ultimate. The reason is because the only thing that scales in it is the damage, and it scales decent if you're doing damage to one hero. Like a 3 burst fire remnant, for example, is pretty strong. It does 450 magic damage, but when you're just throwing out the level 1s, it's fine to leave it as it is. It's only 100 damage a piece. It's better to max out your Sleight of Fist as fast as possible because the cooldown gets so low, down to 6 seconds. That's the main reason you do it. I was going to let them tank the tower a little bit before I decided to go in. I was asking for somebody to TP as well. That would have been a good time to have more levels of the ultimate, because I did do a triple one, but with them grouped like that, I can very easily initiate. That did 300 magic damage to start things off. I got a double bola, that's another 600. I basically did like an AoE Finger of Death, plus then I had Flame Guard up. So that was pretty simple. I sold my Poor Man's Shield at this point, because I got another double there, and I picked up a Perseverance, and that's going to build me a very fast Battle Fury. Especially if you're against a Brood, Battle Fury is pretty core, but in almost every Earth Spirit or Ember Spirit game, they will always get Battle Furies, and almost always they will get 2 Battle Furies. I didn't really feel like doing that. I kind of wanted to go more of a utility build this game, so you'll see something a little different. And it ended up not being as good as the double Battle Fury build. Surprise, surprise. The build that everyone goes is better. Who knew? But I'm quite close. DD is pretty good as well. Yeah, Sleight of Fist works for pretty much... It's a regular attack. So any orb or spell or... Like, if you have a Desolator, it applies to everybody. If you have a Scotty, it applies to everybody if you hit. If you have an SNY, it'll have a chance to apply to everybody that you hit. There's a lot of cool integrations that fit in with Ember Spirit, but the best one is probably just Battle Fury, honestly. It's because every guy you hit, you can cleave off of it, so sometimes you can end up doing a stupid amount of damage. This is the longest TP ever. I was like, alright, I'm not going to be useful now. But then I ended up getting the bola on the other guy. Just wanted to see where he was, see if he was TPing. Should have probably used my drum here, but I did end up catching him. I knew he was going to TP, so I just waited for the right moment, and then... oh, that's right, I just bought the broadsword. I was wondering how that broadsword got to my inventory. I was like, huh, I have a broadsword. You can buy the broadsword from the side shop now. It was changed recently. They removed the Talisman of Evasion, and they added the broadsword. That's I don't know if you saw the video the other day, but there was a video about a week or 2 ago that I made a butterfly, and I was trying to make it at the side shop, and it wouldn't work, because it used to work, but they removed it for the broadsword. So I've got my Battle Fury finished at 17 minutes. My net worth is probably ridiculous here. Yeah, my net worth is really high. My CS is pretty good. I've definitely caught up a little bit. But the Battle Fury is just great. The hero also has a lot of mana requirements as well, which the Battle Fury helps with a lot. So... still wish I made Aquila instead. I think that would have made a big difference, especially against a PA. PA does almost all physical damage with the exception of her dagger, which does pure. She does almost all physical damage, and she's actually a hero that counters me this game. PA is very good against Ember. It reminds me of the game I played at the Red Bull Battlegrounds where I was playing PA against an Ember Spirit, and I had a lot of trouble. And this game really hurt me. This one did, because it reminded me of that game that I lost for my team, and it was because I didn't get a Basher. Like, the Basher is the option against Ember. It's really good against Ember. Because it's hard to lock him down otherwise. He basically can just Sleight a Fist away from you. He can use the bolas. He can use the ultimate to jump away pretty much whatever he wants to. It's really simple. It's a lot. I only got 1 there, but I think that was okay. A little bit of a... I had no idea where the Necrolancer went there. Oh, nice! I did still kill him. That's good. I didn't quite realize at the time. I was a little confused. I was like, I guess he got away? but he did end up dying, which is cool. Alright. Looks like Chacha got cleaned up as well. To do the Sleight of Fist Bola, or Searing Chains, it's a little... I messed it up really bad. To do the Sleight of Fans, Searing Chains, you have to do it very fast. You have basically a 0.2 second to time it. So usually what I do is I Sleight of Fist and I immediately Searing Chains. I don't wait for the Sleight of Fist to work, because the way the delay works is like by the time that your Searing Chains comes out, you will be at the right AoE, or you'll be already activating your Searing Chains. So just practice the timing. You can do it in a pub game if you want. You can do it in a bot game. But make sure that you have that down when you play Ember Spirit, because you won't be able to do as many tricks. And that's basically the only other trick that you need to know as an Ember Spirit. It's the important one. So I opted to build a Manta second after Battle Fury. And this is what Bambo used to always build Manta on Ember Spirit, almost always. And the reason is because Ember is pretty countered by a silence. So against heroes like Storm Spirit or something like that, Ember Spirit has some trouble because he will be jumped on very easily. Silences beat him pretty hard. So I said, I'm going to build a Manta because Brood has an Orchid. I'm going to get Orchid in fights and then I'm going to die, and that's going to suck. So it's like, Manta it is. That'll make a lot of sense. Was able to escape here. Pretty scary though. Luckily I had a wand. He already used his ultimate and I still had Flame Guard, so I felt pretty good about this. And then I used 2 more Fire Spirits to clean him up. Felt really good about that. I reacted a little slow. I could have popped my Flame Guard as he came high ground. It's obviously had a ward there, but he used his ultimate. I could have popped Flame Guard. That would guarantee protecting me, but I also did have a big wand as well, so the wand actually saved my life there. Definitely saved my life. Otherwise, I would have died. But another kill. That was pretty good. So yeah, Manta's good for removing silences. Looking back on it, that was a huge mistake of an item. The item gives you very, very little damage. I thought that I was like, man, I wish I had a TP I could save Chris. And then he just owned him anyways. Too many spiders. When you're chasing with spiders, it's usually better if you just have like 1 spider against AoE heroes like that, like Axe. Send 1 spider in because the magic damage it does is so decent, and then it slows them. You don't really need everybody. I knew there was a ward there though because I got ganked. But the problem with Manta is it doesn't really increase your hero's damage by much. It gives you attack speed. Like, Manta's primarily an attack speed item, not a damage item. And on Ember Spirit, you really want to get damage items. So it's usually better just to go like Battlefury into Deadalus, or Battlefury Deadalus into whatever else, and do a survivability item. A lot of Ember Spirits will just never get BKB in a lot of cases, and it's pretty dangerous as an Ember to do that. So I opted to say I'm just going to get a Manta. That way, if I do ever get silenced, then I can Manta out of it. It I think looking back, it was definitely a mistake. I think even getting like a Sanjin Yasha would have been better, because as you can see, my creep damage is really not that amazing right now. Even though I do have a Battle Fury, it's still not that great. Hitting for about 200, but that gets halved. So it's like 100 damage cleaved, which is something like 30 damage a hit.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's just better if I'm right-clicking, basically.
Dire's structures are fortified.
But we should be able to get a tower out of this at least. Pretty easy kill. The Yasha is nice though for my regular attacking though, because I can pick off a lot of kills just with right clicks that I would have been weak against in the past. So that part's pretty cool. But I am also against a PA, so what I probably should have gone was Battle Fury straight into MKB. That way I could guarantee hit him, because the Sleight of Fist again works on attack principles. If they have evasion, then I won't be able to hit them necessarily. So you do sometimes need to just have an MKB at some point. And MKB is not bad because you can mini bash everybody that you hit. That part's pretty cool. Mini bashing people. You can mini bash everybody that you hit. That does an extra 100 magic damage, interrupt TPs, all that good stuff. But the Manta is nice as well. It does give me a lot of HP. My HP is a lot higher than you normally expect, but hey, look at my stat gain. He actually has a terrible agility gain. I didn't realize his agility gain was lower than his strength, but it's only 1.8. It's a really bad agility gain, which means his armor is very low compared to a normal agility here. That's the only reason why it's so low. 12 is not that big on agility carries, and most agility heroes don't buy armor items, so they'll usually rely. It did work there. I'm pretty sure I did get Necro ulted there, because I'm dead for a very long time. I was able to remove the Manta, but at that point I had taken too much damage, and the Necro, in addition to the Broodmother, they bursted through my Flame Guard, so I basically lost all my damage sources, and I got killed right there. And you know what, I'm just going to speed up, because I got Necro ulted a couple times this game, and it was like really painful how long I was dead for. It's actually a minute and a half, and I'm not going to wait like a minute and a half for you guys to watch me like wait to respawn. I lost another one mid. That was Wolfman on the troll. Alright, I'm alive. Okay, so Manta was kind of good there. It did remove a silence that would have guaranteed my death, but I should have played that safer. I think as I initiated, what would have been smart. Scary as hell. That was so scary. Then I was like, Ogre? No, we're gonna get this guy.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay. I did that kind of good, but kind of bad. I dodged the PA dagger. I didn't mean to do that, but I did. I was mostly just trying to get space between me and him. And like in a fight like that where the fights are really close, you end up using a lot of flame spirits. So you need to get in and out of fights a lot. That's pretty good. I got about 100 gold out of that. It's another way that Ember's good, killing the spiders. You can also grab a Maelstrom on this here if you want to. When I first played Ember Spirit and nobody really knew what the right build was, I thought Maelstrom was the best. It felt like the best to me, but it does get countered by BKBs. And generally the Battle Fury scales a lot better, because if you get Battle Fury, then it'll start cleaving with things like Daedalus, and that's when Ember Spirit gets really ridiculous. When you're doing Battle Fury cleave, like if you're cleaving for 60% of your damage, well, it's really more 30 because you know it gets halved. But oh, that's not creeps actually. It does full on heroes. It basically works best when all these heroes are clumped together and you're cleaving for a ton of pure damage. And then if you crit on those as well, then you can start like one-shotting heroes. So I didn't really experience that this game because of the build that I went, but. Did get Dagon there. Yo, I was dead for so long here. I was like, seriously? Why am I dead for 80 seconds? That's because I'm level 22. I got so many kills that I'm super highly leveled. And anytime I die now, it's dead for a very, very long time. But the Manta style didn't work very well there. I had to get myself away from the PA, but he had a BKB, so he could chase me pretty consistently. What I should have done is probably just fire remnants really far out of the battle to get out, to like give it a bit more time. I kept doing panic remnants where I would do very short range remnants and not actually get very far away. If I actually really escaped the battle, then I would have been able to re-engage when it's safe. So I think that was how I messed up that fight. I went pretty crazy aggressive though. Anyways, dead for a billion more seconds.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I haven't really gotten a new item in a while. Oh, I did get a demon edge. Okay, because I was like, I'm having trouble hitting the PA. I should definitely get a demon edge or a monkey king bar. But thinking about it now, I think it might have been better if I just went Daedalus. It's kind of hard to say. Me fighting PA isn't really something I want to do. I'm more of an AoE carry with magic nukes than I am about a single target hero. And me going face to face fighting a PA isn't going to go well either, because I simply just don't do very much damage to a one hero target at least, and I can't stun him, so he can always hit me. If I'm hitting him, he can hit me. So it's a little scary. I feel like I should have just gone Daedalus, honestly. It would have stacked really well with my Manta as well, because my Manta illusions would have been able to also crit. So I think that's what I should have done, as I should have just gone Daedalus rather than going for Monkey King Bar. I did end up building Monkey King Bar, obviously, and it helped me a lot versus PA, but not completely needed. I guess he does have like 50% evasion, which means me killing the guy is really tough. But we also have a troll, so it's not like I'm the only person that has to deal with him. Troll's a lot better with a Monkey King Bar, I feel, than an Ember Spirit is. Daedalus is just so much better on Ember because of how many heroes you get. I got right there. What happened was PA was in the area, first of all, but the important part was that, well, I didn't buy either, that was a mistake, but I got first hit bashed, and then he crit, and then on his first hit, or his second hit, and then so he basically like crit 4 times, twice out of 4. He hit me about 4 or 5 times. If we back up, I'm gonna count this. Let's see how unlucky I was here. Alright, hit. I'm doing a lot of damage. Alright. Crit and bash. Crit. Is that 3 hits? Basically in 3 hits, he crit me twice and he bashed. That was actually really unlucky. So that sucked. I was like, okay, I guess I'm dead again for another 2 fucking minutes. God, it was so annoying. I'm like, I'm owning this game. Why am I dead so long? God. Alright, I'm alive, guys. Back to Dota. Cool. The Manta is pretty good for farming speed, though. For my attack speed is very significantly higher than most Embers is. A lot of Embers have to rely almost entirely on Sleight of Fist to last hit, so the Manta makes a big difference here. It really does.
This should make my life easier.
We were kind of hoping that they would show up on them, because I think we wanted to fight them, but they were not here. Then we found a courier. That was weird. Found a random... Oh, that's right, we had a gem. I was like, he just showed? This far wasn't very good because I did not have a TP. I should have had a TP. Felt like we had to go back. We couldn't chance it. They could definitely take our barracks here. I should have sold my wand earlier and gotten the TP scroll, that's for sure. So I got a TP now. If they do pressure our towers, I can come back. Almost got MKB though. I didn't really want to remnant across that just to go farm it a little faster. Wonder if Quelling Blade works with Sleight of Fist on creeps. I bet it does. They must have blocked it with a ward. Let me check free camera because I don't think I blocked that. Yeah, it was blocked with the ward. Alright, so I'm going to put a Fire Remnant way in the back. That way I have a lower chance of dying. I have to click on the hero again. Do have phase though, so I can run through. Kind of scary though. Actually messed up my bullets for once. And there goes my flame guard. Actually, I still have it. I thought for sure that multicast was gonna wreck me, but I guess Fire Blast does like 220 now, so he probably got like... He did a little bit, about 400 magic damage, and the shield's 450 if I'm not mistaken. It's 500. Okay. So yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Another Brute Mother standing on top of us. That was pretty funny.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Again, put a spear back.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom barracks has fallen. Dire's middle
And Necrolight's really not the best hero if he gets caught. We still didn't have the tier 2 towers.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think we got him, guys. That was like so much overkill.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And now they just kind of threw their lives away. There's no point for them to come forward like this. Like, they should have waited until they all respawned and then they could try to defend. I mean, I don't think they're going to win the fight anyways, but they should have been a bit more patient there. There was a fight with my team here, but I wanted to grab my MKB. You guys see my super sick hitting the creep. Oh, I got so panicked here. It was at this point that I realized that it does not prevent attacking. It literally does nothing to that. So, we ended up all dying. I was like, oh, it only immobilizes, because he just wrecked me. He does so much damage. I think against a PA, if you're playing against a PA and you're a Ember, like, you need evasion or you need armor. One of those two things. Like, it has to be like an AC or something. But there aren't really any armor items that you ever want to buy when you're playing this hero. You really don't. Let me go free camera so I can... Oh, God. No. I fucked up. Oh, God. I didn't want that button. Oh, God. Alright. Where are we? Careful. Careful. I can't believe that's the first time that's actually happened to me. It should have been way more often. We're like way far ahead of this. Alright. Literally just died. What was I looking at? Free camera. Close this. Open items. Upgrades. Blah, blah, blah. Alright. Armor items that also give damage. AC, I guess. I feel like Abyssal Blade would be a really good Ember item. Although it goes on... The problem with Basher is that it goes on cooldown after it bashes. So you can't bash... You don't have a chance to bash everybody in an AoE. Just like one... You'll probably bash at least one guy. So Basher isn't really the way to go. I mean, the way that almost every Ember plays is seriously just 2 Battlefuries, get a Deadalus, maybe 2 Deadalus, and then get a Divine Rapier or 2. Because the hero scales so perversely compared to most other heroes. It's kind of like Tidehunter and Gyrocopter. It's like you're really abusing physical cleave, so it's pretty good for that. But I feel like an AC would have been a pretty good item. If I was playing real serious, I think an AC is what I needed to buy against the PA. So let's change this to player perspective now, and we'll watch, see what I do. I opted to buy a Scotty next, which is the wrong choice. If I'm worried about dying to a PA, Scotty is definitely the wrong item. And I knew that at the time. I was like, Scotty's going to give me like 4 armor. 4 armor is not going to stop PA from killing me. What I needed to buy was... I mean, honestly, the Aquila would have done a lot. If I had an Aquila this whole time instead of a drum, I would have had like an extra 4 armor. That would have made the biggest difference. The fight just ended. Oh, PA was there. I didn't even realize. We knew that she got ultied by the Oracle, but we didn't know where she went. And she actually killed like 2 creeps there. The fight was pretty one-sided though. So the reason I bought Scotty is because it gives you like 800 HP, it gives you a little bit of armor, it gives you 25 damage, 25 attack speed. And the cool part is that it makes your illusions strong. Not that Ember Spirit illusions are particularly amazing or anything. And the other cool part is that it'll slow everybody that you end up using your... God, this guy actually just crit me so much. I got so wrecked by his crits and stuff. He didn't even have to use Abyssal Blade on me there. I just died. PA is the Ember Killer, guys. It's official. And somehow I messed that up in that game.
Dire's middle tower
That's why it
is
hurts so
under
bad.
attack.
I'm like, man, I'm getting beat by this PA. Why didn't I do this when I was playing PA? It's because I made bad decisions, guys. That's why. And I didn't buy a
Dire's
Basher.
top tower is under attack.
Should have bought a Basher.
Dire's top tower is
Wolfman
under
killed a
attack.
man. I'm still dead for 20 more seconds. Oh shit, I'm actually missing a lot here. I'm sorry. It's like a big fight. Alright, I'll see the fight start.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, looks like we won the fight. Wolfman got Reaper Scythe, but
Dire's
That's okay.
top tower is under attack.
I've almost got Scotty. I just wanted to finish it. I was like, I want a Scotty in my inventory. I know you guys probably do that too.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Excuse me.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
An ounce of prevention shan't stop me.
See, I don't. The Battlefury really didn't do very much here. I feel like there was some much better items I maybe could have gotten.
Dire's ancient is under attack.
If I truly did want to. Manta works, guys.
Is under attack. Dire's ancient is under attack.
So I didn't actually use my Scotty, except for this. Boom!
Discover what lies
Dire's ancient
But yeah,
is
I should have gotten an armor item. Should have gotten Aquila. I think against if I'm against a physical carry, like a really physical carry like PA, I think Aquila is far better than a drum. Just because the armor it gives you is way more survivability. It gives you almost comparable mana pool. Battle Fury is the right way to go if you want to play really seriously. You get a lot of Battle Furies and you do a lot of cleave damage. But I think this game I maybe could have just gone full utility if I wanted to. Just kite the Phantom Assassin by getting like Manta, MKB, Scotty if I really wanted to, and then I could just like slow him permanently and then fly away whenever he jumps on me. Stuff like that is an option. Maybe, I don't know. Battle Fury is good for farming though, so it's hard to say. Maybe I could have even just gone like the cheesy like Maelstrom build. I don't know. But Battle Fury stacking is by far the best build because you start a team fight and if they're clumped at all, you Sleight a Fist and you do like 500 pure damage to everybody, and you're like, oh, that was cool. Let's wait 6 seconds and we'll do it again. So you do it from relative safety. It's pretty obnoxious to play against. So that's Ember Spirit. I hope you guys enjoyed the game. I'm actually going to stream right now, so if you guys want to tune in, you can. Just go to purgegamers.com/stream, and I will see you there. I'm going to stream a lot more often now, hopefully every few days. I know I slacked a lot the last month, but I was working on the guide. So, I wrote a new article for the score, by the way. It's up right now. To take a look at that, you can either click the link below. You can download the app on iOS or Android, or you can find a link to the website on my Twitter or Facebook, other social media there. So I wrote about the heroes that are most benefited by the comeback gold mechanic and the heroes that were hurt most by it. So go check that out. It's on the Score Esports app. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the stream. Bye.